Have you ever heard a joke that doesn't make you laugh, but instead makes your chest tighten and your whole world tilt? A joke so sharp it cuts right through you, leaving nothing but disbelief and dread. That's what happened to me. I thought I knew my wife. I believed we were building something real: trust, love, respect. But one careless remark, one cruel attempt at humor, destroyed that illusion in a single moment. It happened during a dinner with her friends. A simple evening we had planned to relax after a long week. The house was warm, filled with chatter and clinking glasses, the smell of roasted chicken in the air. I remember smiling, enjoying myself, believing life was steady. She sat across from me, eyes glimmering in a way I thought belonged only to me. And then she said it. She laughed, sharp, piercing, and blurted out a joke that froze the room. She claimed she had cheated on me with my brother. My brother. The words hung like smoke, impossible to breathe through. For a second, I thought I had misheard. I wanted to dismiss it, pretend it was just a tasteless joke. But her look, that smug, teasing expression, told me she meant it. I couldn't respond. My mind raced, flipping through every memory, every intimate moment. Had it all been a lie? My chest ached, my hands felt heavy, and all I could do was sit there in silence. She kept smiling, waiting for my reaction, and in that instant, I knew something for certain. I would never forgive her. The rest of the night blurred. I said nothing. I pushed away my plate, excused myself, and left. My brother looked rattled. Her friends laughed nervously, unsure what to do. I didn't speak to anyone. I just drove past a blur of city lights until my anger cooled into something sharper: resolve. When I got home, I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed clarity. I needed to know exactly what I was dealing with. So I observed. I watched her. I checked her messages, her social media, the little things she thought I'd never notice. And I found nothing. No proof. No affair. But proof didn't matter anymore. The humiliation was enough. The betrayal of trust, the arrogance of thinking she could joke about something so vile, that demanded a response. So I planned, slowly, carefully. I wasn't going to scream or throw things. I wasn't going to let her win by painting me as emotional or unstable. No, I would show her what consequences look like. Not through violence, not through cruelty, but with undeniable clarity. I started subtly. I adjusted my habits. I grew distant yet polite, present yet detached. Every interaction became deliberate, like chess. Casual questions laced with weight. Small observations meant to unsettle her. She noticed. Her jokes stopped landing. Her laughter sounded forced. She realized the balance had shifted. And then came the moment. I invited her family and friends for a gathering. She assumed it was just another evening. The room was cozy, filled with chatter, much like the night she'd humiliated me. But this time, I was in control. I told stories, memories of our life together. Each one painted me as patient, respectful, loyal. And each one stood in sharp contrast to her careless betrayal. Slowly, the room felt the tension. Her friends exchanged glances. She shifted uncomfortably, guilt written on her face. I never repeated her joke. I didn't expose her directly. I didn't need to. The silence did all the work. Everyone understood. She understood. At the end of the night, I excused myself calmly. I told her I needed rest and went upstairs. No yelling, no drama, just distance. The next morning, I filed for separation. I told her, clearly and without hesitation, that once trust is broken in such a public, humiliating way, it cannot be repaired. Respect is not optional. A joke like that is betrayal, plain and simple. She cried. She begged. She promised. But I didn't look back. Weeks later, when the paperwork was signed and the fog had lifted, I realized something important. That joke could have broken me. Instead, it reminded me of the value of self-respect. It showed me the power of walking away without losing dignity. Because consequences aren't about punishing someone. They're about boundaries. About refusing to let yourself be treated like less than you are. Now I live with clarity. I don't replay her words. I don't dwell on the pain. I just remember the lesson. Words can wound, but it's how you respond that defines you. And I responded with composure, with control, with strength. She tried to humiliate me with a joke about cheating. I answered with consequences she'll never forget. And that's something no apology could ever undo.